just when you think Bristol City's transfer window is over, it is absolutely not. And on deadline day, Bristol City have announced the signing of Irish centre-back Luke McNally on a 4-year deal from fellow Championship side Burnley. Let's talk about Luke McNally. McNally is an Irishman. He's 24 years of age, so he's a really good age profile from a Bristol City perspective, and has shown really good promise in the last couple of years in the at Championship level, both at Coventry and at Stoke, where after he joined Burnley from Oxford United in a really impressive League One campaign for McNally, kind of got lost in the shuffle there and kind of got lost behind a really good couple of centre backs at Burnley and Harwood Bellis and in Jordan Bayer. After that, 6 months at Burnley didn't work out. 6 months on loan at Coventry meant playing in a back three with Callum Doyle and Kyle McFadzean really showcased his abilities, McNally, as a player, and helped Coventry get to the playoff final. And the season after that, when Burnley were in the Premier League, he spent the whole season on loan at Stoke, and while Stoke was struggling now near the bottom of the Championship, constantly changing managers, McNally was a mainstay in most of it and generally performed quite well. From what I've heard, he's a really good natural defender in the more traditional sense. His positional awareness is exquisite and a really top quality and definitely Championship level. But his on the ball characteristics and maybe build up isn't possibly as good as it needs to be. And maybe it was a little bit better at Oxford because at League On level, in the team near the top of the division compared to the team maybe in the middle of the division, there was a little bit more time afforded to him, and obviously the quality jump up from League One to the Championship was also to be noted. So maybe his on the ball characteristics isn't as good as his positional awareness and his ability to be a natural, really good defender. Although having a really good natural defender in the squad is definitely not a bad thing to have at Bristol City. McNally adds crucial cover at right centre back for Bristol City. Manning has talked about his kind of defensive depth and options there. And although Bristol City do have a lot of options at centre back in general, with Atkinson, Naismith, Hayden Roberts kind of waiting in the wings to kind of replace Dickey and Viner, we only have Dickey and Viner who are the right-footed options, and even though they're both right-footed, Dickey has preferred to play on the left-hand side of a centre-back pairing in a back four, or even on the left-hand side of a back three, or in the centre of a back three. So it is very, very crucial that Bristol have options at right centre-back. And considering we've probably spent quite a substantial fee for someone who's probably not going to play in, week out at Bristol City, this is a sign of serious ambition and a sign that Liam Manning has definitely been backed this summer. Although I did say it was a substantial fee for someone who's not going to play in, week out at City, it was probably a compromise between the 3 and the 2 million region mark, which Burnley were asking for the 3, and Bristol were not going to be paying anywhere near that, and we're looking for more in the 2 million region mark. So I'm sure some sort of compromise has been reached between the two clubs. However, look, that sort of fee, probably going to be wanting to play most weeks. It'll be very interesting to see how Manning kind of balances out Viner, McNally, Dickey, Roberts, Naismith, Atkinson when he's fully fit as well. So he has the options now, Manning. It's just about how he utilises them and how ultimately he gets the best out of all of them together, and how as a unit they can help Bristol City get better. All of this, though, only shows one real thing, and that's Liam Manning has been 100% backed and 100% trusted this summer transfer window from the hierarchy at City. Obviously, adding someone over Luke McNally's profile and that fee being dropped on him is a thing in itself. But if you combine that with the additions in other regions of the pitch, is just massively impressive. It's ambitious and it's really promising and really exciting from a fan's perspective. Obviously, the turnover in the forward regions kind of forced his hand a little bit in the striker department, with Tommy Conway's impending departure and then his confirmed departure to Middlesbrough later in the window, then Armstrong Miulu coming in. But then out on the wing with Hirakawa and Earthy and then Twine, and chasing Twine all summer, and then him finally getting his move to Bristol City, and then in midfield with Max Bird officially joining in January, but then really joining in the summer, with then Adam Murphy, Josh Stokes being brought in as well, and as well as McGuane coming in as a fourth choice midfielder to allow sanction move for Taylor Garner-Hickman to join Birmingham. It's just all of this combined just makes it a really impressive, ambitious, exciting transfer window from a Bristol City perspective, but also one that shows that Liam Manning is being heavily backed, and this is now firmly his stamp on the Bristol City squad, and a stamp that I'm really excited by, and hopefully that will deliver success from a Bristol City perspective. I mentioned success there. What is success this season now? Now that we can officially talk about the football side of it, now that we expect the transfer window to probably close from a City perspective, success is definitely going to be improvement on last season. But considering, if we take a rewind to last season, Nigel Pearson was really sacked because John Lansdowne, thought that this squad wasn't particularly achieving what it should have been and probably should have been a little bit higher in the league. I was probably erring the side of Nigel Pearson that this squad wasn't as good as they made it out to be. But now that it's been added to, now that Liam Manning has been brought in to make them, was initially brought in to make those improvements to the squad and add a kind of coaching ability to it, and just generally make it a better side. It's now time for Liam Manning to deliver. Chris Hogg, Manning, it's now down to you guys to use the squad, use all of that kind of coaching ability they have, and deliver success at Bristol City. And ultimately, in my humble opinion, that's pushing for the playoffs. I'm sure the hierarchy would say maybe a little bit differently, word that a little bit differently, and maybe even expect the top six finish this season. But I fully anticipate a real charge for the playoffs this season from Bristol's perspective. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Well then, that is it for this summer transfer window from a Bristol City perspective. It's been great covering it for you guys and covering what has been a really, really exciting transfer window for City. A window where City have shown real intent. A window that's created a lot of excitement for a fan base that's been deprived of it for the last couple of years up here in the Southwest. A window that's, as I said, shown a lot of intent, shown a real sign of ambition, and laid down a bit of a statement to the rest of the Championship as well. A window where maybe Bristol City have just fine-tuned it right. Window, a lot of turnover, a little bit of turmoil at points during the window as well. Window of patience for a lot of it with Scott Fine and Luke McNally, as it turned out to be. Window of proactiveness, as Liam Manning has mentioned previously. But a window to be really excited about from a Bristol City fan's perspective, and a window that I'm hoping will deliver real success at Ashton Gate, long-awaited success at Ashton Gate, under a manager who's showing a lot of signs of promise, a lot of signs of potential progress, and a massive upside as well. Let's hope Bristol City can finally do something worthwhile and make this summer transfer window a really, really good one with hindsight. But that is it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you all have had great fun listening to me talk about the summer transfer window. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And I will catch you all tomorrow, where we head off to Pride Park and see what this newly moulded Bristol City squad can provide to the fan base.